Now, those of you who have a seat, feel free to sit down.
Talk is cheap. Action speaks very loud.
This election presents a choice between two fundamentally different visions of how to create strong, sustained growth.
He was asked about what he'd do, how he'd measure his success. He said, look, if I can't turn the economy around in 3 years, I'll be looking at a one-term proposition. And he's right. He is looking at a one-term proposition.
Nothing is more important than an honest debate about where these two paths would lead us.
Now, I know that he will have all sorts of excuses, and he'll have all sorts of ideas he'll describe about how he'll make things better. But what he says and what he does are not always the exact same thing.
Over the last few decades, the income of the top 1% grew by more than 275%, to an average of $1.3 million a year. Big financial institutions, corporations saw their profits soar. But prosperity never trickled down to the middle class.
But then he'll say, well, but the things he's been doing have been good and helped create growth and put people back to work. Oh, really? Go check on that.
Our businesses have gone back to basics and created over 4 million jobs in the last 27 months. More private sector jobs than were created during the entire 7 years before this crisis.
That stimulus didn't work. That stimulus didn't put more private sector people to work. How about Obamacare? The president said the other day that he didn't know that Obamacare was hard for small business. Oh, really?
Of course the economy isn't where it needs to be. Of course we have a lot more work to do. Everybody knows that. The debate in this election is about how we grow faster and how we create more jobs and how we pay down our debt.
I can guarantee you, if I'm president on day one, we're going to get the approval from that pipeline from Canada, and if I have to build it myself to get it here, I'll get that oil into America.
I want to recruit an army of new teachers and pay teachers better and train more of them in areas like math and science.
On day one, I'll label China a currency manipulator, and that will allow me to apply tariffs where they steal our intellectual property and kill jobs.
We have to become the global leader in renewable energy, wind and solar, and the next generation of biofuels, in electric cars and energy-efficient buildings.
I happen to like the sources of energy that we have in abundance in this country: oil, coal, and natural gas, and I'm going to take advantage of those to get the energy costs low so we can have more jobs, manufacturing jobs, and bring them back to this country.
I don't believe that giving someone like Mr. Romney another huge tax cut is worth ending the guarantee of basic security we've always provided the elderly and the sick and those who are actively looking for work.
It leads to chronic high unemployment like Europe has, low wage growth like Europe has, and potential fiscal calamity like we're seeing at the doorstep of Europe today. Or we can instead return to the principles that made America America.
What's holding us back is a stalemate in Washington between two fundamentally different views of which direction America should take.
I'm going to get rid of Obamacare.
I will work with anyone of any party who believes that we're in this together, who believes that we rise or fall as one nation and as one people.
You want 4 more years of that? You call that forward? That's forward over a cliff. That's forward on the way to Greece.
And the only thing that can break the stalemate is you.